Have you ever heard of the Bennington Triangle? The Bennington Triangle, centered around Glastonbury Mountain in Vermont, has long been known for strange events, including UFO activity, Bigfoot sightings, strange lights and sounds. For more than 2 centuries, there have been numerous sightings of a Bigfoot-like creature in the Glastonbury Mountain area that became known as the Bennington Monster. One of the first reported sightings occurred in the early 1800s, when a stagecoach full of passengers was forced to stop on a washed-out road. The stage driver first noticed huge footprints in the mud that were too large to be human. Then, the coach was attacked by a giant creature who knocked the vehicle on its side. The frightened passengers could only see a pair of eyes before the monster roared and ran into the forest. Later sightings described the creature as a large, black-haired, ape-like creature standing over 6 feet tall. In addition to the Bigfoot sightings, there have long been stories of people going missing in the area. In 1943, a man named Carol Herrick went missing during a hunting trip about 10 miles northeast of the ghost town of Glastonbury. His body was discovered 3 days later, surrounded by giant mysterious footprints, and medical records indicated that he had been squeezed to death. During a 5-year span, beginning in 1945, people began to disappear regularly. The first to go missing was a 74-year-old hunting guide named Mid-Dye Rivers on November 12, 1945. Rivers, an accomplished outdoorsman, was leading a party of 4 hunters in the area of Hell Hollow in the southwest woods of Glastonbury. After getting ahead of them, he never returned to the campsite, and an extensive search was conducted by 300 concerned locals, as well as U.S. Army soldiers from nearby Massachusetts Fort Devens. After an 8-day search, the only thing found was a rifle cartridge of the same type that Rivers used. There was no evidence of an animal attack, and his body was never found. Shortly after this incident, an 18-year-old college student named Paula Weldon went hiking on the Long Trail on Sunday, December 1, 1946. When the college sophomore failed to attend her classes at Bennington College the next morning, an extensive search was conducted, including more than 1,000 people searching, aircraft surveillance, posting a $5,000 reward, and help from the FBI. During the massive search, no clues to her fate were ever discovered. A few years later, James Tedford, a veteran resident of the Bennington Soldiers' Home, went missing while returning home from St. Albans by bus when he vanished. According to witnesses, Tedford was one of 14 passengers on the bus at the last stop before arriving in Bennington. However, when the bus arrived, he had seemingly disappeared. His belongings were still in the luggage rack, and an open bus timetable was on his vacant seat, and no one had seen him get off the bus. Though the disappearance was investigated, no one had seen anything, nor did they report any suspicious incidents, and like Paula Weldon, his body was never found. The youngest to vanish in the Bennington Triangle occurred on October 12, 1950, when Paul Jepson, a special needs child who was just 8 years old, vanished while accompanying his mother on farm chores. She left him unattended in the vehicle for about 30 minutes while she tended to the animals, but when she returned, he was missing. Authorities initially focused their search on the farm and surrounding woods, but a bloodhound later tracked Jepson sent along an adjacent road to an intersection where the trail abruptly ended. Police theorized that rain may have washed away the scent, while Jepson's father speculated that a driver may have accidentally struck the boy and taken him from the scene in a panic. No trace of him has ever been found, and his disappearance remains a mystery to this day. A mere 16 days after Jepson vanished, Frida Langer, aged 53, went missing, while she and several other family members were camping in the woods near Glastonbury Mountain. After leaving their campsite with her cousin to go on a hike, she slipped and fell into a stream, soaking her clothes and shoes. She asked her cousin to wait as she ran back to the camp to change her clothes, to which she never returned. After waiting a while, her cousin returned to camp to discover that she never made it back. Instead, she had seemingly disappeared in broad daylight. In the next few weeks, several search parties searched for her, but turned up nothing. 7 months later, her body was found near Somerset Reservoir, in an area that had been extensively searched, and due to the body's decomposition, no cause of death could be determined. She was the last person to disappear and only one of 2, whose bodies were found, and her case remains unsolved. Why is this area notorious for people disappearing? Some experts believe the rugged terrain, the instability of the area, and chaotic wind patterns, would be enough to cause confusion, thereby making it easier for people to get lost. Some claim these disappearances were the work of a serial killer, while others believe the area is a window to another world. There are also Native American legends that claim there is a man-eating stone on Glastonbury Mountain, said to swallow anyone unfortunate enough to step on it. So, what did you think about the Bennington Triangle? What do you think is responsible for the disappearances in the area? Let us know in the comments. Thank you for watching.